Hey, Elliot, I need you to pay for the food delivery coming. I've ordered a pizza. I know you haven't got a job, but it's only fair that you help out around the house either way. You'll just have to use whatever savings you've got.
And why should I pay for your own pizza? You're the one who ordered it, and I'm not even getting to eat any.
Ugh, fine. You can have one slice, okay? Now, the delivery guy is going to be expecting around $40 plus tip, so you'll need that much in cash. Can you even afford that? What with being a Job Lotus freeloader and all?
Actually, yeah, I can't afford it, but after the way you just spoke to me, don't expect me to pay for it. It's your food, so pay for it yourself.
What? It's the least you could do considering your brother and I let you live with us for free.
What?
Yeah, you think I don't know that Kendrick pays all of the bills? I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense considering he's the oldest brother and you don't have a job.
Okay, there's clearly a lot of things that need to be sorted out here. You're under a lot of misconceptions about what's actually going on.
No, I'm not. Look, there's no way that I'm going to believe any of the lies you tell me just to make yourself look good. I know that you'll just try to tell me that you're the one who pays the bills or whatever, but it's just not true. Just like when you say you have a job when you really don't. It's really pathetic, and you really need to stop lying and start helping out around here. You can start by paying for this pizza, and after that, you can look for a job.
Okay, first of all, you're paying for your own pizza. And secondly, I already have a job. I've told you this a million times.
Sitting at home on your laptop isn't a job. You need a real job, like the one your brother has. He's out every day working just to earn enough money to afford this house. You need to start helping him out and paying your fair share.
And what do you pay? How do you help out around the house?
Well, I don't need to pay for anything because Kendrick said so. He said that because I'm his girlfriend that he would deal with our half of things. But that's just it. Our half. You need to pay half as well. We can't afford to house you for free, you know?
Okay, Liz, listen here, and listen closely. I have a job.
If you have a job, then what do you do?
I'm an animator. In case you don't know what that is, people come to me and ask me to draw and animate their ideas, okay?
Oh, please. Those little doodles that you do aren't real work. You can't make money from those things. You really need to stop daydreaming that this is actually a viable career and go and get a real job, one that pays well. And whilst you're at it, you can pay all of the rent and bills for the next couple of months, seeing as technically you should have been paying for half of them, and you haven't been. You need to cover what you owe us.
I don't owe you anything.
Yeah, you do. Just like you now owe me $50 as I just had to pay the pizza guy. So if I were you, I'd hurry up and get a job. You're racking up quite a bit of debt.
You really need to adjust your attitude. I honestly don't know what Kendrick sees in you.
Whatever. You really need to adjust your life. It's a mess.
Liz, what have you done? Why have I got random people calling me telling me they'd be happy to interview me for a job?
You're welcome?
What?
Yeah, I was in town the other day and I decided to hand out a couple of CVs for you to some places that had signs in their windows. I mean, if you're not going to look for a job yourself, then I'll have to do it for you. Again, you're welcome.
Where'd you even get my CV? They're on my laptop, which I take everywhere with me, and it's password protected.
Yeah, I know. I tried to get into your laptop, but I couldn't guess the password, so I just made a bunch of fake ones. I made it look like you had some good experience, so that's why you're getting calls.
You actually took my laptop and tried to get into it? That's messed up on so many levels. That's my personal, private property. You have absolutely no right to go into my room, let alone touch my stuff. I use my laptop for everything, including work. If you'd broken it or damaged it in any way, I could have lost everything. My clients would be mad and I'd end up with a ruined reputation.
Stop being so ridiculous. I bet that's not even your laptop, is it? I bet it's your brother's and he's just lent it to you because there's no way you could afford something as expensive as that. And if you could, why aren't you paying rent, huh? So actually, yeah, I have every right to go on that laptop because it isn't even yours.
I bought this laptop with my own money. You know what? From now on, stay out of my room and keep well away from me. I want absolutely nothing to do with you. Got it?
Fine by me. Just wait until your brother hears about this.
I'll be sure to tell him exactly what you did.
Ugh, I can't wait to get rid of you. Just leave this house already. It's not yours, so you need to go somewhere else. I don't care where you go. But Kendrick and I are thinking about starting a family, and I don't want my husband's lazy little brother hanging around and setting a bad example for my child. I don't want them to grow up thinking that it's okay to be a loser.
Well, that might be difficult considering they'd have you as a mother.
What? Why you... Whatever. Just move out, got it? Kendrick and I are sick and tired of you lazing around and not working or helping. You've got people interested in hiring you, so go get a job and a place of your own.
Liz, you really don't get it, do you?
Get what?
I have a job already. I'm not lying. I'm not making it up. And it's much more than you've got at the minute, which is nothing. I mean, you're the one with no job. My brother has to pay for everything between the two of you. Whatever you demand, he has to give you the money for. It's pathetic. Not to mention the fact that he's working himself ragged just to please you and get enough money to afford your ridiculous demands. Why don't you get a job yourself if you're so worried about the money?
Because I'm a woman. I shouldn't have to go and work. That's Kendrick's job. I should be able to stay at home and look after the house.
But you don't even do that. You never cook or clean or do anything to help with the household stuff. I do it all.
Yes, well, you should have to do something instead of just freeloading.
You mean like you?
I'm not a freeloader. You know what? Just you wait. I'll get you back for your horrible attitude towards me.
Hey, Ken, you got a minute to talk?
Hey bro, yeah, I can talk. What's up?
Well, it's about Liz.
Oh, yeah, she told me that you two had a bit of an argument this afternoon.
She did?
Yeah, she told me that you had a massive go at her about the house and stuff, calling her a freeloader and gold digger and stuff, and saying that she needs to get a job. Why would you do that? I mean, I know she's not the easiest person to get along with, but she's my wife. I'd hope that you two be able to get along for my sake.
Well, I might have said that she was a freeloader, but I definitely did not say that she was a gold digger.
But you did say she was only with me for my money.
Not in so many words. I'm sorry, bro. I just got so annoyed at her. She was claiming that I didn't have a real job and that I was taking advantage of you and staying at the house while not contributing in any way. But we both know that isn't true.
Oh well, I guess she was a bit out of line as well. Look, I'll talk to her and then we can put all this behind us, okay?
Alright, I'll trust you to talk to her then. I don't want to have to do anything drastic, but I also can't have her interfering with my work again.
No, don't do anything drastic. Just let me talk to her. I won't be able to say anything in person for a couple of days as I've been sent on a business trip, but when I get back, I'll make sure to have a proper talk with her and straighten everything out.
Okay, thanks, bro.
No problem. And I'm sorry she tried to get on your laptop and mess with your stuff. I'll make sure to let her know that isn't okay.
Thanks. That really annoyed me. If she had messed anything up, then I could have lost everything.
I know. Don't worry, it won't be happening again.
What have you done, Liz? Where's all my stuff?
Oh, so you noticed, huh? I told you that I'd be getting you back for ratting me out to your brother and for being horrible to me.
What did you do?
It's simple, really. I got rid of all your stuff. The bin man came and collected it all this morning whilst you were out.
Why the hell would you do that?
I decided that I've given you enough chances to move out on your own, and you just ignored them all. So I got rid of all your things. I think it sends quite a clear message to finally get out of the house. There's nothing left for you here after all. Maybe this will finally make you get off your lazy backside and find a job for yourself.
I can't believe that you've done that. I had special things in my room, gifts for my parents and old friends, and you've just gone and thrown them all away? I'll never see those things again.
Boo-hoo. Maybe it'll teach you for being such a lazy freeloader.
Right. That's it. I didn't want to do this, but you forced me.
Oh, I'm so scared. What are you going to do? Cry?
No, but you will.
Huh? Hey, Elliot, why are all of my things on the sidewalk? Are you trying to get back at me for what I did? Grow up, will you?
No, I'm not that callous. Your stuff's on the sidewalk because I've evicted you from my house.
What?
Oh, didn't you know? I own this house.
No, you don't. Kendrick does.
Nope. I own this house and I bought it with the money I made from my job as an animator.
But that's not a real job.
You know the new children's film? The one that's popular in cinemas?
Yeah, my niece has seen it loads of times.
Yeah, I was the head animator on it.
What?
Yeah, you can just check the credits if you don't believe me.
But that would mean you actually earn quite a lot of money.
Yeah, I do. In fact, I earn so much money from my job that I was gonna give you and Kendrick the house as a late wedding present. I'd just been renovating a flat in the city for myself, which is why I'd been staying in the house with you. I've been paying the mortgage and all the bills so that Kendrick could save up for any potential children you two had. Yeah, I wanted to support him as best I could, and I didn't mind paying the mortgage and stuff whilst I was living with you. Of course, Kendrick would have taken over since I moved out, but by that point, he would have had quite a sizable chunk of money saved for the baby. But seeing how you've treated me, I seriously can't think of a reason why I should just give you a house. So I kicked you out instead.
But you can't do that.
As the owner, yeah, I can.
Kendrick won't let you.
Kendrick already agreed with me that after how you acted, this was for the best. He was disgusted after he found out what you had done. I think he was even looking into divorce lawyers.
Divorce lawyers? But why?
Well, if you can act like such a spoiled brat to your brother-in-law, then I'd hate to imagine how you treat my brother if he ever did something to annoy you.
That's not...
I tried to tell you that I had a job and that you shouldn't act rashly, but you simply didn't listen to me. I guess spoiled brats deserve to be shown the consequences of their actions.
No, wait, please. I'm sorry. This was just a huge misunderstanding. Let's just forget all about it and go back to normal, okay?
No thanks. With you gone, I'm actually able to relax and stuff whilst not worrying whether you're gonna storm in and cause a huge fuss. It's nice not having to live with a 20-something-year-old toddler.
But what am I supposed to do?
I suggest you start with getting a job. You might need one now. He couldn't believe how spiteful and petty his wife could actually be, and he didn't want to live with someone like that. I don't blame him. I still gave the house to Kendrick, as it was always supposed to go to him, and I moved into my flat in the city. With the money that Kendrick had saved up from not having to pay rent, he decided to spoil himself for a change and do a bit of traveling. Last I heard, he was enjoying a lovely time in Spain, and had even met someone who he had taken quite a liking to. As for Liz, well, she had to get a job at the local supermarket, and she lives in a rundown apartment. Maybe now she'll finally learn some humility and empathy for those around her, though I wouldn't be holding my breath.
Hey, Floor, so is it true?
Huh? Beth? Why are you messaging me? I thought I told you not to bother talking to me ever again.
Oh, please. I know you didn't mean that. Who wouldn't want someone so perfect like me in their lives?
Uh-huh. I'm going.
Wait. Is it true, though?
Is what true?
Are you actually getting married?
How do you know about that?
So it is true. Oh, wow. Who would have thought it, huh? So, what's he like? Your fiancé, that is.
Why on earth would I tell you anything about my life? For the majority of our childhood, you were awful to me. As soon as I could get out of that house, I left, and I haven't tried to contact you since. A smart person would take that to mean that I don't want them in my life.
Are you still upset about that? Geez, it was years ago. Get over it. Besides, it's not my fault that you were the ugly and less talented sister and everyone loved me. Maybe if you had just worked on yourself more, like I suggested, you wouldn't have been picked on so much.
You were the one picking on me. In fact, you were the one who started the bullying in the first place. Before you, no one picked on me or was bothered by me. They let me get on with my life in peace. I was actually fairly well liked. Then you came up in my school, and even though you were 2 years younger than me, you decided that you were going to get everyone to bully me? You made fun of my looks, of how I dressed, and my intelligence. Not to mention all of the pranks that you pulled on me just to humiliate me in front of everyone.
Yeah, whatever. It's not my fault that you were so easy to prank. Anyway, no one even remembers any of that stuff. It's all high school drama, and we're way too old to be dealing with that now.
You might not care, but you ruined my life whilst I was in school. So I want nothing to do with you, and neither does my new husband-to-be.
Seriously? So childish. Anyway, I can't believe that someone actually wants to marry you. What? Did you bribe him or something? There's no way that he would simply ask you to marry him just because you're you.
You really can't stop being a horrible person, can you?
Whatever. So tell me, how did you do it? Maybe I could do whatever you did and get myself a husband as well. Although, with how pretty I am, I'll have one in no time. I mean, I bet I could even take yours if I wanted to.
I seriously doubt that.
Oh, really? And why is that?
You're really not his type.
What? You mean he's not into pretty, smart, and amazing girls?
No, he's not into selfish, shallow, and incredibly vile girls.
Then why is he with you?
Wow, such a clever comeback.
Whatever. Anyway, you can get married to that loser husband of yours if you want. I have much better things to be doing. I seriously have no time for a husband at the moment.
Okay.
Don't you want to know what I'm doing?
No, not really.
I'm gonna tell you anyway, because you're going to be so jealous.
Oh, joy.
I've managed to get a part in a film! I was one of thousands of girls who went for it, but obviously, my gorgeous looks and natural acting talent were simply far greater than anyone else's. I mean, it's not the main part, but once the director sees me and sees how amazingly talented I am, you can be sure he'll fire that other girl right away and give me the main part. The best thing is that the main actor is a really handsome guy. He's semi-well known at the moment, but he definitely has movie star potential. And I'm so going to be the woman he takes with him into his rich and famous life. I'll marry him in no time. I'm sure he'll be much better than your loser of a husband. Try not to get too jealous.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
I honestly don't think you understand just how handsome and talented this man is. Honestly, you should just give up on your wedding and cancel it. Just give it to me because I'll just show you up and you don't really want to be embarrassed. Again.
I can't believe I even have to say this, but I'm not giving you my wedding. You don't even have a boyfriend, Beth, let alone a fiancé.
I will soon enough. Anyway, you shouldn't be getting married before me. It's rude and mean and spiteful. I'm the better sister, so you'll just have to wait until I've married my actor. Then you can have your stupid little wedding.
I'm not postponing my wedding, nor giving it to you. I'm not doing anything you say. I am marrying my fiancé regardless of what you want.
Well, then I guess I'll just have to find a fiancé at your wedding and jump in before you say I do. LOL.
That's unlikely as you're not invited to my wedding.
Yeah, I am. I'm your sister, so I'm automatically invited.
No, you're not. I don't want you anywhere near my wedding.
That's so petty. Fine, whatever.
Great. Now please don't contact me again. I really don't want anything to do with you.
Ah, Mom!
What's wrong, sweetie?
Florence is being a horrible, petty, and selfish sister.
What's that ungrateful brat done now?
Well, firstly, she's getting married before me, and she isn't even inviting me to the wedding.
Florence is getting married?
Yep. And she kept going on about how I'm the loser because she's getting married before me.
What? Why that? We need to teach her a lesson.
But what can we do?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? You need to crash her wedding.
What? OMG, yes. That would be hilarious.
But you need to do more than just show up at the wedding. People will just ignore you if you look like another normal guest.
Please. As if anyone would ignore me when I look like I do.
Well, yes, obviously, you're beautiful. But you still need something to make you stand out a little bit more. What about a beautiful designer gown? Go all out and everything. Make sure that all eyes are on you.
But how would I afford something like that?
Don't you worry about that. I can sort the dress out. But just to make sure that all eyes are on you, you should totally ruin Florence's dress as she walks down the aisle. Maybe take a little can of paint or spill red wine on it or something.
That's a great idea. I could also tip the cake over and maybe even sneak off with the groom. Florence would know then that she should never have belittled me like she did.
Exactly. It'll also teach her for thinking that she's better than you and for trying to get married before you. Only my prettiest and most talented daughter should get married, and that's certainly not her.
Hey, Flory, happy wedding day!
Thanks?
It's no problem. I wouldn't want my big sis to think that I wasn't happy for her.
Right. Sure.
Now, I know that you said you didn't want me at your wedding, but that doesn't mean that I couldn't give you an amazing surprise, right? As a gift, of course.
Oh, you didn't need to get us anything. Honestly, I really rather you hadn't.
Nonsense. Besides, this gift is one that will definitely shock you, possibly to tears.
Huh? What are you on about?
You'll just have to wait and see. See you later.
Wait, what do you mean see you later? Beth?
OMG, OMG, OMG. Florence? How could you not tell me? That was so embarrassing. I won't be able to show my face on set.
About going to film anytime soon. At least not with Chris.
What do you mean?
Well, Chris really wasn't happy with how you just barged into our wedding like that. Not to mention you tried to ruin my dress. It's looking quite likely that you might not have a job to go back to.
What?
Well, seeing as he is the star of the film, he does kind of have a say with who he works with, at least in terms of the minor roles.
You witch. I bet you put him up to firing me, didn't you?
No, I have no say in what he does at work. He just didn't take too kindly to you trying to ruin our wedding.
Stellar, how did someone like you even get someone so perfect to marry her? You blackmailed him, didn't you? He should be with someone like me.
Like I told you before, he doesn't like spoiled, bratty people. You'd have no chance with him.
Oh, then how come you did? I mean, you're just a lowly receptionist.
Not that it's any of your business, but I'm a producer, not a receptionist. I met Chris ages before this new film of his. We met at a party of a mutual friend and really hit it off.
What? You're a producer? Why didn't you tell me? You could have helped me get loads of acting roles. I could have been famous.
I did tell you and Mom, but you both decided to ignore me like usual. And there's no way I'd help someone who tried to ruin my life and my wedding. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a wedding to go and celebrate.
But what about me? My job is toast. You need to help me. It's your fault this has all happened. If you hadn't gotten married, I wouldn't have felt so jealous.
This is in no way my fault. It's time you grew up and started taking responsibility for the consequences of your actions. Now please, for the final time, leave me alone.
Florence, get back here. I mean it.
Because of the stunt that Beth tried to pull at the wedding, Chris did end up having words with the director and producers of his film, and they agreed to fire Beth. She was kicked off the film, and Chris even ended up putting out the word of her behavior to multiple other casting agencies. It might seem a little harsh, but if she was awful to me as her sister, there's no telling what kind of monster she'd be like to her coworkers. Chris and I are having an incredibly happy marriage, and I'm even expecting our first child. Beth tried multiple times to get in contact with me, begging me to get her a starring role in a film, but I ignored all of the messages and blocked her on everything. I can now say that with such a toxic person out of my life, I am feeling 100 times more confident and happy. Beth tried to get our mom to order me around as well, and with how much that woman worships my little sister, she did what she wanted. However, since I am an adult, I don't have to listen to either one of them and happily ignored all efforts of theirs to guilt trip me into doing whatever it is they wanted me to do. Sometimes the toxic people in your life just need to be thrown out, even if they are family. Not everyone you share blood with has your best interests at heart. You need to make sure that you're living life the way you want to, not how others think you should.